Recently, I posted a video on my YouTube channel mentioning that I flew all the way to Cairns to inspect a property which we were about to buy. And so in this video that I'm making right now, I want to give you an update on what we end up doing with the property, the problems that we found, and how we tried to resolve it, but ultimately didn't go ahead with the property. So so basically, as you can see from my original video, it is, a freestanding warehouse in Cairns. It looks pretty decent and all that type of stuff. And there was really good upside potential, which I get into in a moment. But what I did identify during the inspection was that there's plenty of water leaks in the roof. And that's, caused a massive red flag. So since I made this video, we went away and completed our due diligence, and this is basically what we came up with. Now, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Will Tong. I'm the CEO of Property Alliance. We fly around Australia looking for value-add commercial properties to buy. And in videos like this, it's purely for educational purposes. I basically just want to share my experience as a commercial property investor, what I find, red flags that I identify in certain circumstances, and basically just provide as much value as I can on my YouTube channel. All right, so one of the main reasons why we looked at this property in the first place was because of the potential returns that we can get from it. So we ended up negotiating the deal to about 4.65 million, which represented about a 7.4% net yield, 7.4% initial net yield. So that's really, really strong. Plus, on top of that, we recognize that the property is about 30% under rented at the moment. So, the tenant paying about $109 per square meter, but we've assessed market rent to be about $140 per square meter. So immediately there's potentially now $30 per square meter rent uplift. Furthermore, we've projected 5 years down the track with some CPI increases, rents could possibly get up to $160 per square meter. So at that point in time, you're looking at about an 11% net yield on a property like this. That is phenomenal. So that's what attracted us to the property in the first place. We liked the property because it had really strong initial yield, really strong rental reversion opportunity after a few years, and obviously is in a market in Cairns that's really, really tightly held. So what did we discover during our due diligence? And this is really, really interesting. So one of the first things we look at is obviously the lease. And like always, we always check all the essential terms. So in this instance, we can see the tenant signed a 2+2+2 year lease, pretty stock standard. And as we can see also down here, that the rent is subject to annual reviews. So if I go down here a little bit more, it states here, it's subject to 4% increases, fixed increases, and is also subject to a market review at the beginning of each option term. So, hey, pretty straightforward. Basically, what that means is potentially after 2 years, we can revert this property back to market rent so that we can be getting our 9-10% net yield. So that sounds pretty good, right? But here's the thing. Most property investors, when they read the lease, after they read this section, they stop. That's dangerous because the details, the devils are in the details. So if you actually scroll down to the rest of the lease, we go past 25 pages of just standard BS. You will hopefully eventually get to this page here, which is the schedules page. And there is one whole section dedicated to market rent determination. So you can skip through all the BS in the front and just go to clause I. It says collar and cap of market reviews. Basically, if this tenant exercises their option for a further term, you cannot increase the rent by more than 10% of the previous rent. And obviously, if the market goes backwards, it can't go backwards by more than 5%. But that's besides the point because the property is already seriously under rented. So when the option term kicks in about a year's time, we are not able to increase the rent to market, which is about $140 per square meter. We can only increase the rent by 10%. Okay, so what does that actually look like? Well, that's the current rent. And next year, we can get a 10% increase because the market rent is capped at 10%. And then the following year, we can get a 4% increase as per the lease. And if the tenant exercises the option again, we can then only increase the rent by 10% again. And then they have another 4-year increase. And it's only after 5 years that we can get the actual market reversion, the proper market reversion. So, you might say, well, 10% increase every couple of years is not bad. And you're right, it is not bad. So normally when we look at a lease that has a cap and collar, it's a massive red flag and we usually walk away from the deal. But in this instance, we are already buying a property with a really strong initial yield. Having 10% increase in year 2 and then 4% and then 10% and 4% again is actually quite attractive because we're starting to get 8%, 8.5%, 9%, and obviously eventually 11% and upwards. So even though there's a cap and collar on this lease, we decided to proceed with the property anyway. So that was due diligence number 1. Due diligence number 2 was basically looking at the roof. How bad is the roof and what is required to basically rectify the roof, and so forth and so forth. As you can see from some of the videos or some of the images that I took, there are multiple areas where the roof is leaking. So we engaged a proper building inspector and a roof expert to basically inspect the property. And the report that we got back was basically the roof is done. It's pretty much at the end of its economic life, and it will require a full replacement in the short term. But it's just not the sheeting on the roof, it's the actual frame as well. So the quote that we got from a roofing expert was it will cost anywhere between $800,000 to $900,000 to replace the roof, which is mind-blowing because that is, about 20% of the purchase price. So we have to throw in an extra 20% to fix the roof. So that made the deal a lot less attractive than what it was previously, or at least what we thought it was previously. On top of the problems with the roof, there are also a number of other issues associated with the building as well. So we found that in the slab, there's some sagging towards the front. I can't find a video to show it specifically, but it's sagging in the slab out the front. And there are a bunch of little minor issues all along the building as well. So basically what that means is the rectification cost to sustain this level of income is upwards of $1 million. So that really killed the deal. So unfortunately, the vendor wasn't willing to renegotiate the deal. So based on the outcome of our due diligence, we decided to walk away, unfortunately, because imagine you're spending an extra $1.2 million or more on rectifying the property, your initial yield drops. It's no longer 7.4% anymore. It's probably towards around the 5%, and that's just not worth going ahead with. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Basically, we show in all our videos pretty in-depth sort of explanation on the type of properties we look at and the assessments that we provide and that we do on each of these properties. And if you did enjoy this video and you found it really, really helpful, please consider subscribing and liking the video. I'll be doing a lot more of these regular videos where I take deep dive into property analysis. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.